It's 6:30 and we are live from the Orange County Courthouse where day 2 of testimony continues in a high-profile murder trial. I'm Natalie Tolomeo with the latest coming up in the first 2 minutes. The victim's 3-year-old daughter was inside this home here when her mother was killed yesterday afternoon. After that, they say the 3-year-old child wandered along this busy road, walking over a mile to her grandmother's home to call for help.
What have officials told you about the investigation?
Well, it started at 7:30 in Lakeland, Ebeth, of last night when a woman notified police there to say that her 26-year-old daughter, Elizabeth Ray Hamilton, had been missing from her job. As the prosecution and defense have painted very different pictures of the defendant in this case, Jason Rodriguez. He, along with family members, they've been conducting their own search, as they will again this morning at 11 at the Spanish Seventh-day Adventist Church here in Deltona. But this picture has been posted in vehicles here in town and convenience stores, everyone hoping they'll find something soon, maybe even today. That was the last update from Orlando Police. Meantime, their traffic homicide investigation team remains here working the scene of up to $5,000 with any anonymous information that comes in that could lead to an arrest or arrests in this case. So if you know anything, help solve the homicide. And I found out that the former Neighborhood Watch program George Zimmerman was a part of was stopped almost immediately after Chief Smith was sworn into office. We're live right now from the command post set up by the Volusia County Sheriff's Office, and within the last 10 minutes or so, we've seen a couple more cars arrive here. Pretty powerful testimony, Kristen, from victims and people who were inside the office when prosecutors say Jason Rodriguez was armed and fired more than 20 shots. You know, we've seen some workers up at the very top. Again, it's about 140 feet, and that right there, that's where the roller coaster kind of stopped yesterday, but going down smoothly here this morning. So the question is, how many more test runs will they go through to determine that that technical malfunction is no more? They've worked it out. And will the Hollywood Rip Ride rocket reopen in a few hours when the park does? That's the question everyone wants to know. So stay with News 13 for more on that. For now, we're live outside of Universal in Orlando. I'm Natalie Tolomeo, News 13.
In this program, it is clearly stated that you will not pursue an individual. In our new program, it clearly indicates that you will not carry a firearm while you're in the performance of your duties as a Neighborhood Watch block captain and or participant.
Sanford Police Chief Cecil Smith started as chief in April, just 2 months before George Zimmerman's murder trial. Zimmerman, who was acquitted on all charges, was the Neighborhood Watch captain of his gated community at the time he shot and killed Trayvon Martin. Chief Smith says as soon as he arrived in Sanford, the Neighborhood Watch program Zimmerman was part of was still operating the same way as it was when he shot Trayvon Martin. And so the chief says he stopped it completely until changes were implemented.
We've seen this happen already, where an individual was declaring that under the auspice of Neighborhood Watch he was performing a duty when he wasn't.
Chief Smith says the program was dysfunctional, disorganized, and disjointed.
There was really no true accountability. There was no true recognition. There were some concerns with regards to training. There was concerns with regards to how the program was being run. We put a cease to the Neighborhood Watch program, essentially, in the manner that it was in before. And what we're doing now is we're really, truly revamping the entire program, starting from scratch.